Hey guys, John Rettinger with John4Lakers.com here with a review for you of the Samsung Epix. It's a new Windows Mobile 6.1 handset that was released just a few weeks ago on AT&T's network. I'm going to try and make this more a review of the phone itself and less a review or a dissertation on Windows Mobile. So let's get started with a real quick hardware overview of the phone. First thing that you'll notice is it looks very similar to the Samsung Blackjack and Blackjack 2 and the old Trios, meaning it's got a full QWERTY keyboard on the front and a touchscreen right there. In this case, it's a 320 by 320 resistive touchscreen, meaning it's got a little bit of squish to the screen. The taps are registered by the two thin layers being pushed together. So on the front of it, there's your full QWERTY keyboard, and this in the middle that looks like a D-pad is actually an optical trackpad. You can move your finger along it, and it actually looks like a mouse on the screen. The arrow follows you around while you're doing it. It's actually very handy and a very quick feature to get used to. If you don't like it, you can very easily turn it off and just turn it into a standard D-pad with swipes up to go up and down to go down. Hardware-wise, you've got two soft keys, a left soft key and a right soft key, send key and a lock and end key on the front. Full QWERTY keyboard with shortcuts. Down below, you've got a shortcut for Pocket Internet Explorer, Calendar, Camera, and Mail right there. So a few handy shortcuts, and those can be programmed for anything else. Well, the icons on there make it easy to remember what's what. On the left side of the device, got the power on button right there, a very easy to reach volume toggle. On the right side of the device, you've got your Samsung proprietary charging and headset port. There is not a 3.5mm headset jack, but there is an adapter you can plug right in there without any trouble. And a nice feature that I like to see is a micro SD slot on the side, which is available without taking out the battery. And it is hot swappable, of course, so you can just take that out, push in your micro SD card, and you are good to go. On the back of the device, you've got a 2 megapixel camera with a self-portrait mirror and a soft plastic back. The whole phone is made of plastic, and it does have a nice solid feel to it. In addition, on the back of the device, there is, I can pull it out there, a 3-way collapsible stylus for use with the touchscreen. This Samsung Epix, unlike some of the HTC phones, is not skinned, meaning Windows Mobile is as Microsoft built it on here, with the standard Windows Mobile home screen. So everything that you need to do really needs to be done on the stylus. It's not very finger friendly. So let me go ahead and close this up here, put that back in. And let's talk about the best features of the phone. This thing has a monster battery. I'll show you guys in a little bit. It's an 1800 milliamp hour battery. I didn't charge this phone for 4 days, and that's with heavy internet usage, phone calls. The battery in this thing is unbelievable for a 3G phone. I have never used any 3G phone that can last for that long. My iPhone, for example, which is the 3G version, I'm lucky to get through a day without a charge. So congratulations to Samsung. The battery really makes up for a lot of the heft of the phone and the reason the phone is as thick as it is. During my unboxing, I did a size comparison with the iPhone, so you can go ahead and check that out if you'd like to see some more sizes on it. The keyboard on the phone is very similar to the Blackjack and the Blackjack 2. It is easy to use. The keys are small, but with a little bit of care, you can get the right key presses without much difficulty. So I do like the keyboard. It is hard to get a full front-facing QWERTY keyboard to be very wide-spaced, but Samsung did do a nice job with that. They really didn't fix what wasn't broken, so that's a nice feature. The trackpad in here, like I mentioned, is actually very easy to use, and I really did get used to it very quickly, almost the first time I was using the phone. The Epix does come with haptic feedback, meaning every button you touch, the phone vibrates a bit. Let me tell you, that gets annoying so quickly. The whole phone vibrates, almost like it's ringing just for a quick second. It's unnecessary, it's a little bit laggy, so you'll push it, and you'll feel almost like a second later it vibrates. I'm not a fan of the haptic feedback. So the phone itself, if you look at the keyboard here, you've got your white number rows going all the way down. But the nice thing is that since this is a touchscreen, you don't have to use those numbers if you want to dial. It does have a full keypad. The keypad itself is a little difficult to use. It's small, the screen is small, it's kind of hard to dial with the resistive touchscreen. So not such a fan of the keypad that you have to use to dial. Let me go ahead and turn this thing off and show you guys the battery, because it's very hard to appreciate how big it is until you actually see it. So I'll go ahead and pull the back of this off here. So you can still see the thickness of the device there. Go ahead and pull out this monster battery. Might even need the stylus to do it. Let's go ahead and grab that out. We will pull this out here. Alright. So the battery's out. Just get a sense of how big, that really is. There's the phone, there's the battery. The thickness of the phone really is this monster behemoth of a battery. 1800 milliamp hours. I would gladly have a thicker phone to have a battery of this capacity. So again, I really have to give Samsung credit. And that made the phone much more enjoyable, in my opinion. Go ahead and put that battery back in here. Reception-wise, the phone was just as good as any other phone I've used. Any Windows Mobile phone, iPhone, or even the G1 I was using last week. Really, reception-wise was fine. Callers on the other end had no problem hearing me. I had no problem hearing them. They did say there sounded like a little bit of white noise, but it might have just been my location. So call quality was good. Speaker volume on the handset is actually outstanding. The speakers are quite loud. There's a very large speaker grill at the top of the device right there. So the speakerphone was fantastic. Camera is 2 megapixel. You're not going to be Ansel Adams taking any professional photography shots with this, but it's not bad. It's decent for a camera phone. It's fine for a quick snap at a party or take a picture of your friends to show them later. So not a problem there. Hardware-wise, the phone is fantastic. While it is made of plastic, it does feel solid and nice in the hand. It's got a little bit of heft, probably from that monster battery. But it does feel nice and it does feel solid. And it's certainly a pocketable device despite its size. So I really did enjoy that. What I don't like, and still what this phone cannot overcome as its fatal flaw, is Windows Mobile 6.1. At least unskinned. It's not finger friendly. Anything you want to do, you seemingly have to take out a stylus and you have to start tapping away. So it really takes anything that was one-handed operation now becomes two-handed operation. I think you lose some of the joy of a touchscreen when you can't operate it with one hand. I've used Windows Mobile Standard before, so the non-touchscreen version, and I'm almost preferential to that. That's much easier for one-handed operation. You can scroll down with buttons. This just seemed much more difficult to use, and it didn't play to the strength of the phone. It didn't use the hardware as well as it could have. With a phone that has this capacity, I think Samsung should have put some sort of skin on it. Certainly nothing like TouchFlow 3D like HTC has done. But I know Samsung does have some proprietary skins, for instance the widgets that's found on the Omnia. So that would have been a very welcome feature. Overall, I've been very happy with the phone, but I just can't get over the Windows Mobile side of it. I was really trying to give Windows Mobile a shot, but 6.1 just didn't quite cut it in my opinion. So on a 1 to 5 scale, if I was just grading the phone itself, I would give the phone a solid 4 just for hardware and feel. But overall, operating system and phone using experience, I really got to give the phone a 3 out of 5. So guys, John Rettinger with John4Lakers.com. Hope you enjoyed the review of the Samsung Omnia. Make that the Samsung Epix, rather. And this phone is currently available through AT&T service. So hop on down to your AT&T store or online. It's available for $449 with a no commitment pricing. With a 2-year contract, it's $299 with a $100 mail-in rebate, bringing the price to $199.99, and the rebates, you do get that rebate gift card in the mail. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Samsung Epix. If it's a phone you're looking for, if you're a fan of Windows Mobile, then go ahead and get it, and I think you'll be very happy with it. If you're looking for something to replace an iPhone or something that is a little more one-handed and user-friendly, recommend looking elsewhere. Alright guys, John Rettinger, John4Lakers.com. If you want some more exclusive content and sneak peeks of what's coming up, be sure to follow me on Twitter, www.twitter.com/John4Lakers. I'll post links to those in the sidebar. Alright guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye. Guys, one last point I wanted to mention is this is just a test device. It's not replacing any of my current phones, my primary device being the iPhone. Just something I wanted to use to give you guys a sense of what it felt like and what it was all about. Bye.